Nick, Wild Web, Heavyweight, 11-0, 9 knockouts. Subscribe to Sporting Icon for your latest boxing news. Come!
Now, according to big baby Jarrell Miller, he's been promised by Eddie Hearn that if he has one more fight, then he gets Anthony Joshua next. This is what Jarrell Miller had to say. I fight one more guy and then I get AJ next. That's Eddie Hearn's idea. He told me, I'm my own promoter, number one. I have a co-promotional deal with Salita Promotions, and we did a deal with Eddie Hearn and HBO. That's the promoter right now. As far as AJ goes, the minute he's hurt, he's out of there. Point blank, period. A young guy like me, I'm going to break his neck, and AJ knows that. He's a good boy in boxing. He's England's hero. So that was big baby Jarrell Miller's statement. So, what's going on? Because it seems that every time Eddie Hearn says something, he's asked, what is the fight likely to be after Joseph Parker? Should Anthony Joshua be successful, who are you looking at next? And that will either be, and according to him, his mandatory, Povetkin, or a unification fight with Deontay Wilder, with Tyson Fury being a long way in the distance. That seems to be the common theme. And hence the reason why he's got Povetkin on the undercard, potentially against David Price, which is set to be announced next week. Now, I don't know what's going on with him, and I'm always protecting him, and always defending Eddie Hearn and this, that, and the other. But I can't defend this kind of thing when he's promising fighters certain fights, but yet he's telling us different things. So if we're expecting Povetkin or Deontay Wilder, then we get Deontay Wilder or Povetkin. Jarrell Miller, he's not the mandatory. Now, who he's fighting next, no idea. There has been a couple of names touted here and there, which I won't go into just now, just in case it's not true. But for me, why is he telling Jarrell Miller, yes, you have one more fight, as in, you have two fights with me, Marius Wack is one, and then you have one more, and then straight after then, you get to fight Anthony Joshua. Why is he promising him that? So, does he want unification against Wilder, or does he not? So, it's interesting, isn't it? I really don't know what to say about it, because if Jarrell Miller, and I have no reason to think that he's telling porkies of in any kind, but I do believe that he's going to be fighting on the 28th of April, which I believe is going to be the date for Daniel Jacobs for the second Matchroom USA thing. And like I say, I'm a big Matchroom fanboy, but there's certain things that if he's telling one fighter one thing and then telling us something else, I don't ever recall Eddie Hearn saying anything about Jarrell Miller. I don't recall it. So, why is Povetkin on the undercard? Why does he keep talking about Deontay Wilder? So, do you want Deontay Wilder? Do you want Povetkin? Or do you want Jarrell Miller? Because facts are, if you don't fight Jarrell Miller after you've promised him, then what's going to happen? Jarrell Miller's going to come out and say, listen, man, you promised us and you've lied. That's not a good look for me. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm perfectly happy with Anthony Joshua versus Jarrell Miller. I think Jarrell Miller is one of the top guys in America in heavyweight, and that would be between himself, Deontay Wilder, and Dominic Breazeale. For me, they're the top guys in the heavyweight division. So, it'll be interesting. It'll be really, really interesting as to what happens. So, there is rumours that he could be fighting Trevor Bryan next, so he's highly ranked, and Jarrell Miller, he wants it to be for the number one spot, or like a final eliminator, if you like, for the WBO, I believe. It could be the WBA, if I'm wrong about the WBO. But I just don't understand, why is Eddie Hearn saying, okay, you have two fights with me, Marius Wack, and then one more, if it is Trevor Bryan or somebody else, whoever, then you get Anthony Joshua. Isn't Deontay Wilder the next plan? Did he not say, this year, 2018, Anthony Joshua's plan is to become undisputed champion? Now, of course, him fighting Jarrell Miller next doesn't get in the way of that. Of course not. Because if he was to fight Jarrell Miller next, then he could always fight Deontay Wilder later in the year. But what's going on here is that, in the same article, it's saying that it could potentially be in America as well. But Anthony Joshua's saying, I don't need to go to America to fight Deontay Wilder. So if you don't need to go to America to fight Deontay Wilder, why do you need to go to America to face Jarrell Miller? There's a lot of contradictions here. I don't understand what's going on. I mean, is Eddie Hearn lying to us? I mean, I know him and Matchroom are not exactly fan-friendly, but I always took it that what they say is pretty much what they mean. So when we're being told via IFL and anybody else that he's interviewed with, look, you know, Deontay Wilder is the plan, and we're going to put Povetkin on the undercard because Povetkin is a mandatory, and he could face the winner of AJ Parker. So it's a good move, and that is a good move. But where does Jarrell Miller come into this? Very confusing. I don't know if Eddie Hearn's playing games with us or what he's doing, but either way, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's not that important, I suppose, because everybody needs to be fought at some point, right? And I'm not against AJ fighting Miller. I'm not against him fighting Povetkin. I'm not against him fighting Wilder, or obviously Luis Ortiz as well. Like, should he beat Wilder, which I believe he probably will, but no guarantees of anything. So I don't quite get it. Maybe I'm missing something here. If one of you guys can fill me in, please, and let me know. Drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video.